The Sound of Freedom is the new movie shedding light on the fastest growing criminal enterprise in the world, human trafficking.
How'd that make you feel? Giving a child his freedom.
Felt good.
You have been at this for 12 years.
My country, 'tis of thee.
Why are you doing it?
Because God's children are not for sale.
Hey you guys, welcome back to another episode. My name is Sandra. In today's video, I will be talking about this recent movie that came out in the United States of America called Sound of Freedom. It is such an important story. We're going to be going through, I guess, a little bit of the life of the person that inspired this amazing film. It's not been released in Italy yet, but I did watch the trailer. And it was just absolutely mind-blowing. It also pushes you to ask serious questions and to be more involved and more informed, just concerning things happening around the world. Before we actually talk about this movie and the headlines that followed, Lord help us, let's talk about this person whose life inspired this amazing film. Tim Ballard founded the anti-sex trafficking charity organization called Operation Underground Railroad in 2013. The organization has performed numerous sting operations, some of which were conducted outside the United States, and has contributed technological and monetary resources to law enforcement organizations fighting sex trafficking. Prior to establishing Operation Underground Railroad, Mr. Ballard worked for the Department of Homeland Security for 12 years as a U.S. Special Agent on the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force, also known as ICAC. Ballard was dissatisfied with the lack of technique used to rescue kidnapped and trafficked children in developing countries, as well as the inability to persecute perpetrators in non-US related situations. He then quit federal service in October of 2013 to establish Operation Underground Railroad. Following the release of this movie that mirrors the life and efforts of Tim Ballard to put a stop to one of the most cruel practices in modern times, the legacy media obviously concluded that the movie was a QAnon, which is an American political conspiracy theory and political movement. I want you guys to pay attention to this because it's so important that I stress this particular fact. We forget that sex trafficking in general is not just a gigantic money making factory, okay? It is so poignant and it's never ending. It gets me really upset when we constantly hear about the effect of slavery, but the same legacy media, they turn a deaf ear to modern day slavery. But at every chance they get, they talk about slavery that was abolished 200 years ago. I want you guys to understand that this is the same media that sweep sexual misconduct under the carpet. I'm talking about people like Epstein. There is no way the media can say that they had no idea what was going on. It's just, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Take the case of Cuomo, right? The former governor of New York. You cannot tell me that the media had no idea. We actually have proof that his brother that used to work for CNN tried to cover that up. So it's just the hypocrisy, but also the cruel reality that we're living in. We're talking about lives of young women and girls and children, okay, that have been exploited every single day so that some diabolical people can feel pleasure. It is absolutely despicable, and people need to start speaking up about this. So what actually got me upset, just the amount of idiocy, the amount of strength it takes for somebody to write such an article. And this is the article I'm actually talking about, right? So this lady felt that it was absolutely important for her to say what she felt following the release of this movie, and might I add, did absolutely beautifully, okay? A lot of people are going out to watch it. It actually outstaged not the movie that was released the same day. I think it's the Indiana Jones movie. So it was absolutely unexpected. And I think this is it's encouraging to actually see that people care enough to spend their money to watch movies that actually shed light on, serious things happening around the world. And so this is the title of the article that came out. According to this lady, she writes for Vice. She says that anti-trafficking group with long history of false claims gets its Hollywood moment. Again, wow. Are we going to ignore the fact that sex trafficking is actually a real thing? Because I don't know if you know, but I have seen countless BBC documentaries that actually talk about sex trafficking in African countries, in India. So I don't know what exactly this lady is talking about. To say that this movie was made just so people can get their Hollywood moment is absolutely redundant. We know that there's sex trafficking. We know that children are being trafficked, okay? The other dude that was arrested not a couple of years back because he was in possession of underage pornography. Where did he get it from? Like, how do people get these kinds of things? Because it is an industry that profits a lot from underage children being sexually exploited. It is absolutely despicable. This is a culture that continues to promote promiscuity, that continues to promote bad behavior. But I just want to say this. If you're an adult, you get to do whatever you want because you've earned that right. Children, right? They don't have the power to protect themselves. That is where responsible adults should come in. Protect children from this very, very sick reality, because it is absolutely unfathomable how we can justify some things that we even say. Right? How about this recent case of the UK presenter called Philip Schofield? He actually resigned from his job. Right? He used to work in this program called This Morning, an ITV program in the UK. He resigned and he said that he had been in a relationship with a much younger colleague. This is a married man who came out 3 years ago as gay. And then 3 years later says that he had a relationship with a younger male colleague. He's been in contact with this young boy since he was like, what, 15? Yeah. And before you say that, well, that's what happens when, men run the world. Haha. Newsflash. The CEO of ITV is actually a woman, Caroline McCall. That's her name. That's a woman. So irrespective of who's in charge, right? People need to be held accountable. Please. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's just incredible to me, you guys. If you have the opportunity, like I said, and you have the chance to go watch that movie, Sound of Freedom, please do. It's a must watch for every single person. If you care about humanity, if you care about children, you should watch this movie. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And I'm going to leave you with this. Did you know that the fastest growing criminal enterprise in the world is child trafficking? Whether it's sex trafficking or, slave labor involves children. Did you know that? I'll see you guys all in the next video. Have a good day. Bye.